Hey you guys, it's me Gemstone. I hope you're doing really well. This reading is for Scorpio. I'm going to be using the Green Witch's Tarot, which this deck was a bit of a wild card purchase for me, because I don't own any like pagan themed decks or witchy themed decks, but this one I just felt kind of guided to buy like a witch kind of deck, and this is the one that I like the most. And now that I've been working with it for a while, I do actually really enjoy this deck. I'm going to be pairing it with the Angel Wisdom Tarot. I'm going to be using that tarot deck kind of like an oracle deck. Like I'll do a final pull at the end with it. So I'm going to be using my daughter's little trusty fairy wand because my nails just look really terrible. I couldn't be bothered to do them and the nail shops are closed. So I thought this would be prettier for you guys to look at. So the High Priestess is your first card with the 2 of Chalices and the 10 of Chalices. So yeah, you got your watery energy going on here with the moon. So yeah, that's to be, well, so is the High Priestess, and then you have the moon up there. So you're going to be really connected to the moon with this new moon that is coming through here. So there's a lot of emotions, a lot of feelings, being very sensitive, being either psychic or intuitive. All of these kind of things are going to be showing up even more for you. And plus you're a water sign, so of course you're already intuitive and psychic and all them things already. So it's like that feeling, those qualities are going to be showing up like even more for you at this time. So you can get a lot done on a spiritual level, for those of you that do practice magic in some form, or the occult practices, these kind of things. You can really develop in those areas, in that area of your life at this time. So if that's what you do, or just your spiritual practice in general, some of you guys might be using this energy to manifest new things. So you might feel guided to do some kind of spell work if that's what you do, or because the way she's like pouring them herbs in there, that's what I'm really getting. That some of you guys might be using this time to manifest a relationship situation for some of you, because that's what the 2 of Chalices kind of is. It can be a friendship as well, the 2 of Chalices, but with this card at the end, there's romance that's here. So you guys, things seem to be getting steamy in a relationship for you during this new moon time. Really enjoying the company of your partner, having quality time together, having drinks, having a little celebration. I see more comfort like in the home and peace, like more peace in the family. And like you see this little girl here, so if you have children, your children are really going to be enjoying the environment in your home, because there's a lot of love that exists here. And this, for some of you guys, like this love feeling may have taken a while for you to be able to bring in and be able to create, but you've made the effort to create this kind of life that you have at this time. So these cards are really good for your family. It's really good for if you have a significant other. Some of you guys might be wanting to manifest a significant other if you're single. So it might be a good time to maybe write a petition, of intention. If you can get yourself a candle that you can, be able to do these things. And you could look it up online about, how to manifest a partner using, either candle magic. Again, this is what you feel. It depends on what you're comfortable with. Or if you're not comfortable with that, you can just do it in terms of like, the sort of the write it down, make it happen kind of way, where you just write down all the qualities like you want in a partner, and sort of make the intention to say, to the universe that I'm ready for a partnership. I'm ready for somebody that I connect with, to come into my life. And so putting that intention out there can be really good, especially because, Valentine's Day is just around the corner as well. And so kind of putting the energy out there to the universe that you're ready for a nice partnership where you guys can be like this, you know, where you're very comfortable with each other. And that's kind of how Scorpios are in relationships. It's about the comfort, like the day-to-day living situation that you have with that other person, and being able to really connect with them on a deep level, you know, someone you have a lot in common with, at least, you know, they understand you, they're again very comfortable with you in terms of, you know, you either being a protector to that person, or you know, yeah, I get a lot of protective kind of energy, wanting to be a support system to somebody else, and that person be a support system onto you as well. So there's a really nice vibe that comes in with relationships. So again, if you're in a partnership, it's going really well. If you're not in a partnership, try and put the intention out there at this time, at the time of the new moon, to bring in somebody into your life, because this is more of a future position. So if this person isn't there now, the cards are saying use the energy now to be able to bring this person in the future. So and for some people, it could be even a friend of yours turns into a partner as well. So that might be why, you know, for some of you guys, you might feel really comfortable with this person. So there's a lot of potential there if you're single. So let's see what angel card shows up for you. Okay, you have the Knight of Air. I was about to say wands, swords. It says decisive, focused, driven, defensive, events that move with great speed. Choose intellectual responses to challenges rather than emotion. Sudden or unexpected changes. Review your options carefully. So it's so funny that the air kind of energy is kind of trying to throw logic and reasoning into this region, because these cards that you had, like, they don't represent none of that. What they represent is pure emotion, you know, especially the High Priestess is all about your feelings in terms of like the moon energy. It's very sensitive time, you know, it's a time where a person can take things very personally, and it's true, you have to balance it out with some kind of logic, you know, thrown in there as well. You can't just be all emotional and not have sort of the more logical side to be able to balance things out. And especially, I think the reason why I'm getting this decisive, focus, driven is kind of, and because it's pointing at the High Priestess, which I was saying, I kind of feel like it's showing you guys using some kind of occult practices, magical practices, like these kind of things. It's basically being focused on what you desire, being very clear about your intentions for your relationship if you're not in one. So you have to be very specific with the universe in terms of the things you want to bring in. Don't be vague, and again, be logical in terms of what you write down. Like, don't be all in your feelings and just be like, oh, like I really want to manifest somebody that is just, they're really sweet, and you know, like we can just have fun together. No, you have to be really specific with like petitions or lists of qualities that you're looking for. And so, you know, it literally, like, if there is something that really means a lot to you in a partnership, like even, you know, how much that person earns, what that person does for a living, you know, where that person lives, all this other stuff. Like, sometimes literally you have to be that specific using manifestation, because if you're very vague, sometimes, you know, you if it's too general, the person can show up but they're not going to be exactly what you was hoping for. So again, whatever your intentions are, make them very clear. Also, and for some of you, this person that you're cuddling up to could be a air sign person. So it could be that they're a Libra or Gemini or an Aquarius as well. And it's so funny about saying Aquarius, because, you know, the new moon is in Aquarius, so obviously that's why we're getting this sort of aspect coming through as well. So really, it's basically showing us that this new moon is going to be quite balanced. Yes, you have a lot of the emotional stuff, but it's kind of the Aquarius energy is sort of cutting through that and saying, yeah, but you have to think with reason. You have to think with, you know, being a bit more practical, a bit more, you know, grounded. Don't just be all in your feelings, but you know, not have this sort of energy to balance it all out with. And it's funny how it says choose intellectual responses to challenges rather than emotion. So if you are facing some challenges, it's saying, you know, don't just lead from how you feel automatically. Go by the intellect. You know, does this make sense for me to bring up at this time? How can I address this in a way where, you know, I'm not just being full on and just, you know, there's a time for everything. That's how I feel anyway. I don't like when people are kind of like, oh, you're so emotional, because I feel like emotions do play an important part in who we are as human beings. You know, we can't just be all logic and no feeling, you know. But again, it's just about having the balance that exists there. So peace and many blessings to you, Scorpio. I'll be seeing you. Bye.